There it is.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dennis.
I'm Andrew.
We are the Crafty Lumberjacks. We're so excited to be crafting with you today. We're making this gorgeous crepe paper poppy bouquet. It's a mix of paper flowers and faux flowers that you can, of course, find at Michael's.
Yes.
Thank you to Fiskars for having us, and of course for Michael's for having us. We are coming to you live from Astoria, Queens, New York. Usually I'm on the chat, but today I'm technical issues, so I'm going to be following along. But of course, if you have any questions, write them in, and of course we'll try to get to them.
Yes, and if your question doesn't get answered, just write it again and we will try to answer it. But this is such a great class today. We are going to be making 2 paper poppies. They're going to be exactly the same, but we like to do it twice just so you can really understand it by the end of the class. And adding the faux florals is something new to us, but it really does highlight the flowers and just enhances the whole thing. So I'm really excited for this class. It really came out beautiful.
And we do these live classes with Michael's and Fiskars every month. Next month, we're making a kids' family craft together. We're going to be making these star wands, which are perfect for the summer. Really cool 3D paper stars that we turned into little dowel firecracker things. So either you can add these to your decor, have the kids play around with them, but really fun and easy to make. So we hope you join us for that class in June. I think we're also going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the class today. So stick around. Once we're going to have a trivia question at the end of the class, and then we'll have you send in your answers to be entered into the giveaway. The giveaway is only open live now for people joining us during the live class.
It's all for you.
Yeah, and so special that Fiskars is giving you the hookup.
I know, and this is a really great giveaway today, so you're going to want to stick around. Okay, should we get started?
Yes, let's start. So we can switch up the camera.
There we go. Yes. Thank you.
All right, so let's see here.
So what's really great about these paper poppies is the size. And I also just want to say, just like any craft, you can take inspiration from this and make it your own by changing the size, changing the color, making it really cater to what your aesthetic is or
you can add
your function.
Yes, paint, and again, make these any size.
So I want to say, what I love about crepe paper, as you can see from this close-up, is the texture of the actual crepe paper. And that really comes in handy with faux florals because you can shape them. Now, we made these over a month ago. We traveled these to DC because we were doing our class in DC last week, and they started to look a little frumpy. But what you can do with the crepe paper is reshape them. And we're going to go over this later, but I just wanted to show you. It's like such organic paper that it's almost like a flower. Like you can really shape it, and it goes through different stages, but I just absolutely love it. So you can find the crepe paper at michaels.com.
Yes, and they have a wide variety of different styles and colors of crepe paper. We're actually using the heavy duty crepe paper, but you of course could use the thin crepe paper for this. Yes. But we just love it. So we're going to get started.
I could stare at them all day.
Yeah, we could just stare and talk all day. So we're starting with our little stem wire here. I love these. They're wrapped really pretty. And we're going to be attaching a styrofoam ball to our wire here. But first, what I like to do, just so that the ball stays in place, is I like to take my precision needle nose pliers here, which actually will be part of the giveaway today. And I'm just going to take my stem wire and I'm just going to give it a little swoopy swoop, because swoop, there it is. Hey. And this will help our styrofoam ball once we place it in so the styrofoam ball stays in place.
Yes, absolutely. So you could either hot glue it, but this actually really does help. And what I love about the needle nose pliers is, can you show, you can actually cut from here?
Yeah, of course. Here, I can actually show it.
So you can cut it down.
Right in the center.
Right there. So easy. And then you can use them to just twist it. And when I do it, I like to push it in really tight together.
These?
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing this part.
I know. We do.
So I can do it my way.
You can do it your way.
Really cute, though. And now we're using 1-inch styrofoam balls. We were unable to find them at the craft store. They only had, they carry them, of course, but we only found the 1.5 inch.
Yes.
But I wanted to show you, even if you end up with a large styrofoam ball, you can take these styrofoam balls and you can shrink them down.
So what you want to do is you just want to take your fingers and just squeeze them. And that's just going to shape it down. It really just condenses the styrofoam. And then it was the exact size we were looking for the project today.
Yeah, so of course, you know, you can use any styrofoam ball that you have, or even like a pom-pom would be fun, or a wooden bead. These are just really easy to work with. And you do want it to be about an inch, you know, you do want it to be kind of like a substantial size. So now that we have that, I'm just going to pop this right on my stem wire here. Just a little pressure, push it in. Gorgeous. I mean, this would even look cute, just as a little floral accent.
You know, I'm thinking like snowballs for your like Christmas arrangement, right?
Really cute. Now we're going to start with the center here, and I'm going to be using the green crepe paper. And what's great about this crepe paper that we found, it's double-sided. So you can decide your color. I know. I'm going to be using the lighter color, I believe. And I'm also going to be using the OG Fiskars orange handled scissors for this. Fiskars has such a wide variety of different colors and styles of scissors. This is one of the original, and this is actually going to be part of our giveaway today as well.
And we were actually just watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh my gosh, yes. Wait, oh, they have it in the movie.
He took it.
Sorry, go ahead. So I was like,
we spotted a pair of Fiskars scissors in Ferris Bueller's kitchen.
Yes, it's like in a little jar like this.
Iconic.
Yeah, I wonder if they get royalties from that. Or I guess you would have to pay to like advertise in the movie.
I just think they're just like, you know, America's favorite scissors.
Well, yeah. Worldwide, I think. All right, so I'm just cutting like a little square that's going to fit over the styrofoam ball
one
there.
at a time, and then we'll just go back and do them? Maybe.
So, and now what's really great, again, like Andrew was saying with the crepe paper, is that it's really sturdy, but it's still very malleable. So you can kind of stretch, you can rotate, you can. Oh, the stretch. It's like the Bop It of paper. Get it? Bop It. Remember? So I'm just gonna stretch it out a little bit.
Cut it, twist it.
Yeah, stretch it.
Yes. I got you.
And I don't want it to be too overhangy. You know, like that's a little too much. So I'm just gonna cut down my square. Just a little bit.
So you kind of want it to just wrap around the styrofoam ball.
And again, we're going to be building up from this part. So we always say crafting is so much about the journey. It's not about like being perfect or, you know, having it look exactly like, you know, a store-bought type of thing. Like we want it to have a lot of personality and kind of have a handmade feel, but look very presentable, right?
Absolutely. I mean, flowers are organic, so they do not need to look perfect.
Yeah. So I'm just going to wrap my ball here. And I want the center to be as smooth as possible. So you see I have a little crease there. So I'm just going to tuck and roll and just stretch till it's as smooth as possible. And of course, again, like I said, it's not going to be perfect. This is reminding me of like the Tootsie Roll ghosts.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever do that?
Well,
like back in the day?
You gotta make a Tootsie Roll ghost in October at least once in your life. Come on.
And now I'm just gonna add a dab of hot glue into the bottom here to glue down my paper, my crepe paper.
We always say a little dab will do ya.
Yes, and you know we're using a low temperature gun, hot glue gun, because we're getting a little close to the hot glue. But you know I have no feelings in my fingertips and no feelings in general, so it really doesn't matter. Would the crepe paper steamers work? Or are they too thin? You know, I think they would, but they are a little too thin. But I mean, I think really mini like poppies would be really cute.
I think it probably would work. I'm not sure the stretch factor as much as these pieces of crepe paper, because a lot of these are intended for florals, but I think it's worth a try.
You know, we don't have our full camera on, so we can't see. Are any of you crafting along with us, or are you just watching today?
Yes, if you're crafting along or if you have a question, please let us know.
And now we've been making, do you think glue dots would work? Yeah, I think so.
I love a glue dot.
Now I'm taking
Christine and Carol are just watching.
Okay.
Great, I love that.
A paint marker, and I'm gonna make my center of my flower here. You can do this a whole bunch of different ways. I just thought this was the easiest way with a little marker. I'm gonna create kind of like a spider web effect here for the center. So I'm just gonna go like start with an X, going from one side to the next. Same deal. And then I'm just going to kind of keep building up these little lines. You want to be, this is a little dark. I'm doing it a little darker just so you can see on camera. But if you can get it really light, that's even better. And I'm just kind of doing like a starburst effect. So I'm just going to keep filling in.
I'm going to show one over here where you can kind of see it a little lighter.
Oh, yes. Filling in, filling in. Oh. And
no, I just meant like you can keep going.
Oh, okay. And I'm just going to kind of do like little, what would you call that?
Is it like a sunburst? I don't know.
Yeah, sunburst. I like that name. Festive flourishes.
You know, you could do this in black. You could do this in a darker green.
Yeah, you
could
can even take Crepe paper here. And then I'm just going to even kind of keep continuing just around. You know, again, the majority of this will be covered by the petals.
Yes.
And the John Stamos.
We were trying to review the flower pieces.
Like today. The parts, but I still don't even remember. And that's pretty much the center point of our flower. So, Andrew, you want me to keep going? Just do the next one really quickly?
Sure. Okay, yeah, we can do it.
Okay, yeah. So, again, cutting a square. I already have my styrofoam ball on this other little area here. I'm going to stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. And then wrap it like a little present around the styrofoam ball. E600, yes, super glue. Any of those would work. Any type of glue, craft glue. Just I know some of those take a little longer to dry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do like E600, but I do I think it takes a long time to dry. So I don't know. That might be a little tricky with some steps, but I think it would work.
Yeah, especially if you're doing it in one sitting. Like I think a lot of the E600, you have to kind of wait for it to dry.
And side note, I think it's E6000.
Oh, sorry.
I think yes. I was gonna say I think we always call it the wrong 600 thing. Yes. We always say 600 or it's like it's always close, but it's never correct.
It's like, all you crafters out there, you have all your words and sayings for all different items and things.
I also want to know while Dennis draws that we do have our glue gun resting on the Fiskars silicone mat, which is just such a great tool to have while you're crafting because it really does save your tabletops. It washes so easily. So we use this when we're using acrylic paint, when we're using glue. So it's really just wonderful. What I do is I take it to the kitchen sink, I wash it, and then I throw it like right over like the shower and let it dry, and it's dry in like an hour, and then I just put it away, and it always looks great.
I've even seen these done like with like rope and even some like crepe paper. But if you're doing the fast version like us, this is pretty easy to do. And I think this would be great. There's a lot of holidays coming up, a lot of weddings, baby showers, Mother's Day. I think this would look great as a bouquet or just on its own or even as a present topper. Yes. I think you could do so much with these. And also we have a handful of different paper tutorial flowers on our blog, craftylumberjacks.com. And we've done those classes with Michaels and Fiskars too. So they're all over their YouTube channel. And you can see the different types of flowers that we've made over the past few years.
And I was going to say, we actually have this tutorial up on our blog too. I see that watching and taking notes, I saw was a comment. So you can go to our blog, and if you have any questions after the class, you can always reach out to us.
Okay, I'm tagging Andrew in.
Oh, right, it's my turn. Okay, so now we're going to make our petals. So for the flowers we made, I'm actually pulling out my mat because I want to see the size because I forgot to measure it. I don't know, it's about 4 inches wide, and it's about 4 by 4.5 or 4 by 5. But again, you can I feel like it's better probably to make a bigger petal and then just glue it lower on the stem than to make a smaller petal and have to kind of start over. That's just my opinion. But when I was drawing this, I was thinking it really looks like a teardrop, like a wide teardrop. I'm kind of looking at it now. It kind of looks like a guitar pick. So if you're not the best artist, think of one of those think of one of those like images where you can easily draw. So like I feel like a teardrop is pretty easy to do. So you can kind of,
or it looks like a little fan or a.
And when I'm drawing these templates, I kind of do it a few times. Like I'm not going to get it right the first time. It doesn't matter. Yeah, like a fan. So I kind of
or like I think of like theater, you know, like the footlights on the bottom of the stage.
Oh yeah, oh like a shell.
Yeah, like a shell. Like
yes,
yes,
absolutely. So what I drew it here, and then I'm just going to add. I don't even need to draw this because I think I could just cut it out by hand. But just some texture with a little bit of wavy lines. Even that's a little too dramatic. If you can kind of see here on the one I did, it's not really that drastic, but just a little bit of wavy lines, and then cut it out. I think it's always best to do a template. This way, it's just easier in the long run. When you're cutting something out of a sheet of paper, here's another tip. Cut it out first, cut it out a little smaller, and then go for like the detailed part of your cut. It just makes it easier. And I'm just kind of going around. And I like to, when I'm doing stuff like this, instead of turning the scissors as I go, I like to use my hand holding the paper and move the paper. So I'm kind of just, it just makes it a little smoother of a cut. There we go. And here we have
cute
our little template. So now each flower is going to have 5
petals.
5 petals.
Are you starting with? I thought you were doing that part.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
You jumped.
I jumped. Dennis walked away, and I was left to myself. Well, we have the petal ready.
I just needed a sip of water, people.
And now, okay, you're right, because we're working on the outside in. So we're going to be using the John Stamos. Yeah, that's what Dennis and I have been calling it. So it's the little fringy part that holds the pollen. And how you do it is you want to cut out a rectangle. It doesn't have to be perfect. This isn't even 100% straight. This is about 9 inches long. You can make it shorter or longer. It doesn't really matter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Fiskars fringe scissors. These are really, really fun. And I'm going to cut down, leaving about, yeah, I'm going to do that one after. I'm going to cut down, leaving about, I don't know, 1 inch to 1/2 inch. You're never going to see this part, so it does not need to be perfect. And as you can see,
these are so fun, the fringe scissors.
I mean, this is such a great tool if you have kids, because, I mean, how fun is that? Come on. Now, if you don't have fringe scissors, that's okay. You can use like a pair of scissors and just do small cuts.
And that's actually what we did with our test version. A lot of times when we're making crafts, we do like a test version before we do the real version. And we couldn't find our fringe scissors, so we were doing all these individual cuts with our regular scissors.
Yes,
but
and
it still works. Oh, it's the same, you know, you get the same effect. But the fringe scissors are a lot more
Come on. Like, who doesn't love fringe? And I just feel like these are so great.
Did you all see? They kept saying there was going to be like a fringe trend this year, but I haven't really been seeing a lot of fringe.
There we go. Okay, let me do my next piece. So I'm going to do the same. We like to do 2 different colors. You can do it however you want. This is a little wide, so I'm just going to cut it down using my Fiskars scissors.
And for all you watching and in the chat, Kayla is sharing a lot of links for the products and kind of links to previous classes and our website and all that. And Michael, so if you want to or interested, you can click on those links.
I was going to also say,
someone had mentioned our quilling class.
Oh,
paper quilling video.
Oh, like the video.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was really fun. I really liked doing the quilling. That was really fun.
That's so funny. I had a friend who I hadn't talked to or seen in like over a decade, and they randomly found me from that quilling video. They were like, I didn't know you do crafts. They were like, I was looking up quilling and your video came up. I was going to say,
and we always say to quill
or not
to quill. That is the question.
I was going to say about this crepe paper, it does have these really beautiful ridges, that texture. And I'm doing everything vertical. So the lines match up with the cut. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, great. So now I'm going to add this to the base. I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to add it in. I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue.
Do you want me to be cutting?
Sure.
Yeah, you're still gonna do.
Yeah. And with this, I'm just going to kind of bunch and go. I don't need to add that much glue. It's going to hold. It's going to be fine. I'm kind of making sure that these are pretty much lined up. But like we said, this is really organic. So I'm not too worried. Every once in a while, I'll just add a little dab of glue. Why not?
I've also seen where people kind of add some paint detail or, you know, the Tim Holtz, what is that called? Distressing. Yes. Ink. Just on the edges of the little John Stamos here, because it just gives it more dimension, more depth, more realism.
Yes.
But we're just keeping it, you know, again, it's just showing you the basics and then hoping that you feel inspired and make your own.
Okay, now let me glue this. Just like this. Now, when we did this, I like to take my fingers now and just kind of
ruffle it.
You could do each individual one. I've seen that before. That is a little more time consuming. If you're doing a bouquet that's really focusing on these, I think you could do that. You know, always pop in a video, watch whatever you want and do it. But I think by just taking them, this is the heavy duty crepe paper, so it can really handle it, which is great.
So cute. And I like to, Andrew's doing that, but I like to like press it down. I like to like cup it and press it so that it almost has like a curved, I mean, look at this. This already looks amazing.
I know. It kind of looks like a dandelion, right? Like if you just kind of made just the fringy part.
Afraid there's no denying.
I'm just a
dandelion.
Dandelion. And I'm going to kind of glue the base over here just a little.
Very cute.
Pinch it just so it's nice and tight. But I mean, come on. That is just adorable. So Dennis is fringing away.
Yes,
over
I'm fringing
here.
away
Thank
just
you.
this other one. Do you want to? I kind of
I'll
just
take over.
Took a scrap piece, so I hope that works.
So I'm going to just
do
it
this
again.
One too small, or you think you can make it?
You know what? I'm going to make it work.
Designers.
You know, I think these would be so great if you wanted to host a craft party, especially if you are doing something like a baby shower for someone or for yourself, or, you know, something for a wedding. Have people come over, give them the basic instructions. What's really great about this, Dennis, is like, I kind of just use a scrap piece. That's great. That's fine. You don't need to be measuring everything out for this at all. So
Jane
I feel like
love the crepe paper flowers. They have a vintage feel. Yes, I love that.
I love a vintage feel.
I love a vintage feel.
Even though someone referred to like the 90s as vintage, and I was like,
ooh, that hurts.
That was rude.
That's my youth.
Let's see. So I'm going to do this, and I'm actually going to...
Are you all fans of What We Do in the Shadows? Have you seen this show?
Oh my gosh. We always think of this with...
Oh my God. So, wait. I just lost this. They said, my kids refer to the 90s as last century.
Oh, that's a blow. Come on. Nobody needs that. That's so rude.
That's kind of hilarious.
I'm just cutting this down so there's not so much. But
brutal.
I think that's fine. Okay, and then we're just going to wrap it again. So starting just right around this area where Dennis bunched up the green crepe paper, take a good amount of glue, and then start wrapping.
I was asking about What We Do in the Shadows because they're vampires that live like in
modern times, but they've been around for like
and
forever.
They go. There's one episode where they go to the craft store,
or they're looking for like party
store. So they're at a party store, and they keep referring to crepe paper as creepy paper. So for like the last like 5 years, Andrew and I are always like creepy paper.
Creepy paper. It's a good one. It's a good
that episode is really funny. Oh my gosh, in the 90s are vintage. I'm prehistoric.
Okay, so I'm just bunching it at the bottom. And then I'm going to ruffle it with my fingers.
Yes, and we're not too worried about the bottom. You see that there's, yes, Tina loves the show. We have a little bulk here at the bottom, but that's actually where we're going to start our petals. So you don't have to worry too much if you went down or if it's not looking cute, because again, the petals will cover that area. Creepy paper.
And then I will do the Dennis bunch and smash. You really can. I'm just going to be like really rough with it and just see. I mean, come on.
So cute. I mean, that's really what makes it look like this wild.
Yes. I even think we didn't do enough of it with our originals. So I even think this is even better. I mean, this is such a great start to a flower. And how nice that I started with the petals. So it'll be nice and easy to get right back to them. Okay, so here is our teardrop clamshell guitar pick petal. And each flower has 5 petals to it. You can do as many as you want. You can do 4, 6. Yes, absolutely. But I think 5 is a great, nice and easy. Now with this as well, we want to make sure that we're lining up. It's more important for this, for the petals to have the ridges vertically. More than the other steps, like more than this one even. But so I'm gonna put this here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna cut some corners. What I love about Fiskars Scissors is they cut through a lot. So you don't have to do them one by one. I'm gonna put my piece here and I'm gonna fold and fold. And dare I fold it over and try? I think I will. You know, when you're crafting, it is all about the journey. I don't like to be rushed when I'm crafting, but if I can save a little bit of time, I'm thrilled, you know?
Especially when you're making kind of bulk items like this.
Yes.
And that's kind of, I don't know if you had already said this or not, but
I'm not going to be able to do that.
Why we really loved mixing the faux florals with the handmade florals was because, you know, it kind of saves a little bit of time and energy.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
And it's still kind of, you still get the same effect as if you had all handmade flowers.
I almost think that the other flowers really bring out the beauty of the paper poppies. I do think it's like when you're at the craft store, think about colors that really will go with the poppies that you're making. I think that will be a big help. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it out just like how I did. This is working really well. Here's a tip. If you're cutting through a lot of stuff with your pair of scissors, instead of putting the material at the tips of the scissors, put them at the base. That's going to help you. You're going to have a lot more leverage, so you're going to be able to cut through more and easier. Does that make sense?
No.
So I'm not like cutting it here. I'm bringing it down here.
Yes, yes.
I'm pretty sure that's like physics or something, you know. I actually saw someone recently.
All learning so much.
Someone's like, that's not physics, baby. I was actually watching someone cut through a lot of stuff, and they actually took a binder clip and put it at the thing, so it held everything together. If you are having trouble and you want to keep it all together, that I thought was like an awesome tip.
And then it's like, you think binder clip, I think clothespin,
yes.
Paper clip. You have so many different options to help, you know, as an extra set of hands there.
Look at that. So we just cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beautiful petals. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Do you want to glue these on, or you want me to, Dennis?
Because either or, I don't care.
Why don't you glue and I can start cutting out the others, just so people don't have to watch me cut.
Sure, sure. All right. Tag, I'm it.
We're back, baby.
All right. So now I'm going to start gluing on the petals.
Yes.
Very easy. I'm going to kind of keep my endpoint here. And actually, before I glue it on, I'm just going to give it a little stretch and pull. Because you see already I have a little cupping.
Do you see how
it looks
like
more realistic just by doing that little cup? And
I like to do it just like as Dennis is doing it, like focusing on the top part of the petal instead of the whole thing. Like you don't need to stretch out like an accordion. You want to make sure that there's like a point of the stretch, which I think is...
Yeah, so I'm taking it and just giving a little...
I mean, that's so magic right there.
I know, it really is magic. And I'm just going to do all my petals. How are we doing on time? Pretty good.
See.
Okay.
We're doing great.
And now I'm going to start gluing on my little petals here. I like to work like in an accordion way, or is that how I did it? I did it like across.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, so then you can kind of really shape them. I think sometimes when you glue next to each other, then all of a sudden there's like a random space at the end. Does it ever happen to you? So if you go
sorry, I'm not listening.
If you go across and across, it's easier to space them, is all I'm trying to say.
Across. Yes, I agree. So I'm going to work across. So I'm doing my first one, and then I'm going to take my next petal and go across.
I'm gonna go across, gonna go across.
And just a little dab of hot glue there. And again, covering the base of the John Stamos.
That was a Lady Gaga reference for anyone listening.
And you see it's already kind of taking its shape. So cute. And then I'm going to do the same thing, working across the way here and kind of just building my flower. And you see we already get this kind of overlapping of the petals, which I think is really pretty and very iconic to a poppy.
Fiskars scissors are so sharp and strong that I've cut through 6 sheets of construction paper at a time.
Yes.
That is a testament in itself. Can I buy these crepe paper at Walmart? I don't know where else you can buy them at, to be honest. That is so beautiful. And you can kind of, as you go, you can keep stretching.
And shaping, pulling. And now I'm going to add my additional petals. I'm just going to add like 2 more, just where I'm feeling a little generous, you know, or if I'm feeling like the paper is weird or something. And I'm going to go just a little lower so I have a kind of cascading effect here.
I like that. Yeah, it just gives it a little more dimension, I guess.
Yes. Fiskars scissors are so sharp and strong. My mom was an avid crafter and a quilter, and she had, you know, tons of Fiskars scissors, of course. I mean, as every mom does. And she would label them all. And it was like, if you touch these scissors, heads will roll. Because, you know, she didn't want you to mess up your, you know, her fabric scissors with the other scissors, you know. So, you know, she kept everything like in, at that time, I think it came in like a little plastic bag or a pouch, or I don't know if she got her own pouch that she like,
we just saw that one.
Yes, that she like labeled, but everyone had a sticker on it, and it was like, not this pair of scissors.
Not for the kids.
Not for the kids.
But Fiskars does
actually make kid scissors that we're using in the next class.
Which is
and
perfect.
Y'all, this is one of our complete poppies here. So cute.
I also wanted to say what I love about adding the faux florals in with these poppies is that you can you don't have to worry about making leaves. You know?
Oh yeah, these, yes, because all our
the faux florals really become the leaves. They get stuck in.
How you doing on those petals?
I'm great. How are you doing? All the petals are cut. And when you're done, I want to actually, I'm going to cut one going the other way so we can show the importance of going with the grain. Again, just giving a little stretch to the petals. We're almost up to kind of doing our arrangement here. So stay with us, stay tuned. Again, if you have any questions about this class or any of our other classes, or for Fiskars or for us, please let us know in a comment. But you kind of see, once you kind of get into the rhythm, you can just go, go, go. I like that about a craft. I really like that about most paper flower. We've done a handful, like we've said. I really do think that it's nice to have a craft that's intricate, that there are a lot of steps to, but once you learn it and you're making multiples, you don't really have to overthink it. Yes. What'd you say? Just kidding. That's how our conversations usually go. But with me saying the things and... Oh, okay, okay. Very cute. Where am I at here? Okay. Really is just so beautiful. That one over here. You're beautiful, it's true. Wow.
Teddy was going to join for the class today, our cat, but he
is asleep.
As soon as, the room opened, he ran away. I feel like it's been a while since he's joined us for a craft class.
I know.
And it's like, what's up with that?
So beautiful for summer. I agree. These really are just so beautiful. They would definitely last all summer long. I think they would last for years, but I just meant seasonally appropriate. They really are just so gorgeous.
And I love these colors too. These are so cute.
Love that about Michaels. They always have great colors for paper. I think they always think ahead and making sure that, the color is on trend. These colors are really beautiful. So as you can see, Dennis is now just kind of shaping it. This is where you can really zhuzhing.
And if you feel like your John Stamos is too long, you can just give it a little haircut. So like this is a little long. I don't want it going past my petals really.
Okay. I think it could also be nice and organic. So you can kind of do some long, some not even if you want it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I saw this video of a cactus flower opening and it's just like a one-day type of thing. It was so pretty.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
I was going to show you
Very
now.
cute.
Can I tap you out?
This is now what we have confetti.
Yes, that's perfect. I was going to show you the importance of just cutting the petals with the grain. So having the grain of the crepe paper vertical with the petal. This is correct. This is horizontal. And let me just show you what happens when you cut it this way real quick. Just because I do think it's a detail you do not want to overlook. I'll just cut something out pretty rough. And then we're going to start assembling everything together. So this is with the grain going horizontal. And what's really interesting about this paper, I'm literally trying to go as hard as I can. I can't stretch it this way. So the only way I can stretch it is up. So it doesn't give that full petal exact look. It still works, but you do want to think of it how you want your flower to look. If this is the look you're going for, that's great. But when you do it like this, it really allows you to stretch them wide, and you can really go for it. I just love this. I like that every flower is slightly different. I also like the floppiness of it. It just really adds to the organicness. What are you looking for?
The faux.
I have it right here.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move on to actually putting everything together. How about? So I'm going to kind of move this. So Michael sells faux bricks, or floral bricks, excuse me, floral foam. And I do love this vase. Come on.
Their vase selection and jars and all that has been popping lately.
Absolutely.
They're so modern, so cool.
Yes.
So colorful.
So what I want to do, I don't want it too big, but I also want it to fit nice and snug inside the vase. And here's my tip with the floral foam. Keep it in the packaging. Because this is a long brick. We're going to use this for multiple projects. It's just going to keep everything nice and clean. We're going to be using the Fiskars Hand Saw for this. This is a great tool as well. What I really love about it is this nice safety piece of plastic they have over it. So, you can have it in your craft bin. You're not going to hurt yourself. So they really do think of everything. You look at these little grooves. Still a little dirty from when we did it, but that is great. This cuts through so easily. So what I want to do is I want to kind of
Yes, and you can probably use this on the wood. If you're doing any model projects or anything.
Oh yeah, like the balsa wood?
Yes.
Absolutely. So I'm going to take it, and I think I want it about here. I'm not looking for perfection. I think about 2 inches is great. I'm holding the foam down with my other hand. I'm just going to go back and forth. The serratedness of the handsaw really makes this cut so easily. And of course, I'm doing it on a Fiskars self-healing cutting mat. And then I'll take the plastic off. And then I'm going to put it right in here. There we go.
Gorgeous. All right, now we're gonna go to our faux florals here and our poppies and just start making our little arrangement. I'm using the Fiskars pruners for this. I love these.
Well, I was gonna say, put a little hot glue on the bottom.
Oh, sure.
I should have cut it. I could have cut it a little wider so it fit nice and snug. But since it's a little loose, put a little glue that's just gonna hold it down, just so your arrangement isn't, wobbling back and forth.
Yeah, so we found these wildflower bouquets, the faux florals, and we just thought they were so perfect for this project and a really nice colorful accent to our paper poppies here. And I'm using the Fiskars pruners to cut them down. These are so fun because there's a little secret cutter.
I love these. Because
have you seen these? Are we giving this away?
We are giving this away. These are for faux florals and actual florals. So for that, I feel like for actual florals, this is the best part to use. And then for faux florals,
there's a little secret cranny here. You see that? Wait.
There we go. Now,
yes. So you can actually use that part if you have a thinner stem or wire and it cuts. That is a crafter secret right there.
I love a tool with multiple uses.
Yes.
That's so nice.
So easy. I'm just taking this wildflower bouquet here and just cutting it down.
Magic. Yes, Tina.
I always like to, if I have these kind of large bouquets here of the faux flowers, I like to cut them down. I don't like to just kind of stick it in. I see some people doing that. And again, it's like, I'm very much a person that I'm like, you do it your way, the way you want to do it. That makes sense for you. For me, I like to cut each individual piece off because it makes it easier for me to see what I'm doing, how I'm arranging it, and how I'm putting it all together.
I agree. I think you can definitely see the difference when you cut it and stick it in one by one than the other way around. Do you want to use one of my favorites?
Sure, the needle.
The wire cutters. I love these as well because of this. They're very comfortable. I mean, I feel like all Fiskars products are very comfortable to use, but I also like the spring aspect of this one. This is another great one. We use this a few times in our classes. Dennis mentioned Fiskars being, like the ultimate mother's scissors. You made a comment. I think if you're looking for a Mother's Day gift, these pruners, the precision needle nose pliers, the wire cutters are three really great options that would be perfect for Mother's Day. I feel like it's like sometimes I'm like, what do I get my mom now? Like, she doesn't need more tea. She doesn't want the typical Mother's Day stuff. So I feel like this is such a great gift idea.
Chocolate.
She doesn't want chocolate.
No.
A great tip is if you are arranging your flowers in an arrangement, you can sort out all of your pieces because most floral bundles come with multiples. They'll come with like 2 or 3 of the same sprigs.
Yeah.
So you can sometimes, if you feel like you want to, you can put them into piles.
Separate them. Yeah. So I have 3 blues here.
Yeah. Just so
this one looks the same. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I love, though, that he's saying this because I'm always the one that has to do the arrangements because Andrew doesn't trust his skill of putting these together and making it look nice.
I'm just too, I don't know. I'm too indecisive when it comes to that stuff.
You can say that again. All right. So now I'm just going to start placing my flowers in here. I'm going to need a little more hot glue because this came undone.
Do you need a glue stick?
No, I think it's fine. Right. I'm going to start with my poppies because they are the star.
I love that. Yes. You kind of want to start with like your bigger pieces, your biggest pieces.
And kind of depending on how many you end up making, I'm just kind of placing them in kind of the way I did the petals across from each other. I'm going to try to not have the same color next to each other. Somehow we made all pink here. So I'm just going to move this one.
I like pink. Actually, these are 2 different pinks, though.
Okay.
It's hard to see on camera, but they're actually 2.
And actually, let me cut this down a little. So you can use your wire cutters here just to cut down your stem. And I'm just going to be working
Oh, the poppies would be cute on a wrapped gift too. I think
Oh
that
yes,
would
like
be
a little accent or
so
something.
cute.
And of course, something like this I feel is so fun for a gift. Or like Andrew was saying, like a craft night. I love that. We actually we told our friends we were going to have a craft night with them, but we'll see if that happens. We'll see.
Our
Maybe
friends,
I'll put one in the center here.
I think our friends would love it. They are not typical crafters, so I feel like they would absolutely love it. You know, sometimes a craft night can be as easy as just putting a lot of materials on a table and let people go wild.
Have at it.
Yeah. You don't have to think of having too much structure.
So cute. And now I'm just going to start filling this in with all my faux florals. They should be cut down to size. I'm going to start from the center and work my way out and around because, you know, obviously we want the bulk of the sides to be covered so you don't see in the center there.
If you have any flower arranging tips that you want to let us know about, let us know in the chat. I love hearing tips from other people because it's usually stuff I never even think about.
I also like over the years, I feel like the faux florals like just keep getting better and better and looking more real and I don't know, just nicer.
I agree.
And I feel like Michaels does such a good job of getting like kind of the nicer versions. You know, because you can find faux florals in a lot of places, but they're never as good as Michaels. And I feel like they have like 3 aisles where you're just like, oh my gosh.
I know.
Especially like this time of year, like spring.
Then they come out with like the
Halloween,
the fall, the Halloween
I know, it's
ones.
so good.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And I'm just gonna kind of keep turning, working my way around, filling in. Until the whole thing is used up and covered and looking good. We also, we didn't have extra, but we also added some baby's breath to our original bouquet, just because I think baby's breath are so iconic.
I also think it's just such a good filler.
It is a good filler.
I mean, in real flowers, fake flowers, you could even do this with a mix of faux flowers and real flowers. You know, baby's breath is so inexpensive when it's real that you could obviously do that, but this baby's breath looks so real on camera and in real life, in my opinion.
And I think for me, the trick, like when I'm doing this, is to not care so much. Like to just kind of like not be too careful, just to kind of keep going, you know, and then towards the end, obviously you could always pull something out and move it. But I think it's just, you want to kind of just keep at it and keep being like, you know, popping things in, rotating, turning and saying, oh yeah, that looks good. Oh wait, I want like a pop of color here. Let me see, do I have a yellow? Do I have a purple, a blue? You know, and just kind of keep working your way around.
I think that's a really good, I think that's a nice way to look at it. Don't care so much.
Yeah, because, you know, you want it to look like organic and nice and just kind of, I was going to say chaotic. Well, but that's just my life.
I mean, this is a wildflower buffet.
Buffet.
There's a wildflower bouquet. So I do think a bit of, you know,
whimsy, wildness.
Yes, absolutely is
kind of
helpful.
Let me see. These are all.
I also think as you turn it, that's great. But then at one point, you kind of want to say, unless you're doing this in the center of a table, you kind of want to be like, well, do I want to like think about the front side of it?
Right, you know, like the side you're working. Yes,
yeah.
Of course, yeah.
And then kind of focus on that. And the great thing about these floral wire stems that we made the poppies from, they're so easily bendable. So you can kind of bend them forward, bend them around.
Yes, and I think this really has such a fun, beautiful, big impact. I think even when we were traveling with this, and we had this displayed at Andrew's house while we were there, the family house, and every time I would walk in, I was like, "Oh my gosh,
I know
it looks so good." And now for the last part, I'm just going to take my baby's breath here, and I'm actually going to fill it in like towards the bottom. You know, so you know, I'm like covering the, you know, the, what's this called? The styrofoam. You don't see too much in there.
Yeah, or just like the base of the flowers. It also just kind of, because I think most of these floral stems have the flowers towards the top. It just kind of, you know, creates a little more balance.
So cute. So our original bouquet, we only had 4 of the poppies, but it really looked so full.
I know.
Now we have like 6. You know, and of course, once you're kind of there, you can still bend, manipulate shape.
Yes.
Switch it around, take it out, take it in. You can play your own bachelor video. Do you get a rose? Do you get a poppy?
You get a poppy. You get a poppy. I want to also say I really like sometimes these just flap, but I love that because if you look at actual poppies,
that's our test version.
That is our test version.
So we didn't have the double John.
No, but like still, so this was
on a wrap gift too. True. I often have to touch flowers to see if they're real or not. Yes, I know. Use a lazy Susan. Oh, I love that. That's a great tip. So you're just like,
can I give? I want to give another tip about the zhuzhing real quick.
Sure.
Sorry, can you hold this for a second? Something I love about the crepe paper too, because I kind of noticed it on one flower. You can take, after you stretch it originally, you can take your fingers and then do little stretches.
Oh yes, I love that.
That gives it just a little bit of
like whimsy and realism. So cute.
Oh my gosh. So you really, this is like a project that you can kind of keep tweaking as you go. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, and that came together. I mean, I know we only made 2, but when we originally made this, it came together so quickly.
It really
and it was one of those projects that we were like, wow, this looks really good.
It really does. Even I'm just like, oh, I love it.
All right. It's beautiful. The John Stamos is like the ridges on the vase. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it all comes together.
Love that. All right. We can switch cameras. We're going to do our trivia question here. We ask hello. We ask that you send us your answers via email, craftylumberjacks@gmail.com, or you can slide into our DMs. We are Crafty Lumberjacks on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the places. Be sure to sign up for our next class. We don't have the date scheduled yet, but we're going to get it to you. And usually when you enter the giveaway, we write back with the blog post and the upcoming class so that it's easy for you to sign up. So our question today, and today what you're going to win.
Oh yes, this is very important.
For the giveaway, you're going to win the pruners.
The pruners.
You're going to get the wire cutters.
And you're going to get the needle nose.
The OG. Oh, the needle nose pliers, which I love. Also doubles as a cutter and a plier. And as like a handy tool around your home when things are broken to press things on or press things off. And a pair of the OG Fiskars Scissors.
Yes.
And again, send us your answers. We will pick a winner. We gather every name and then we pick one winner. And the question today.
What famous movie has, or how did I phrase this? What is like the most famous poppy? What movie is the most famous poppy seed scene from? Does that make sense?
I'll give you a hint.
Okay, what's
poppies? Poppies.
I was going to give you a hint. It starts in Kansas. There you go.
Yeah, so we hope you join us for the next class. CraftyLumberjacks@gmail.com or Crafty Lumberjacks across social media for your answers.
Yes.
We hope to see you at the next class and have a great rest of your month. Happy Mother's Day.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you in June. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.